is what we do. No guidebooks here, just do it bold. Legends are made in grease and gold. It's more than cars, it's heart and soul, creating drive that takes control. Let's break the mold, stretch the land, chasing the thrill with tools in hand. Welcome to Redskin Garage today, where the sparks fly and tools play. With every twist, turn and grind, you'll find a dreamer's state of mind.
This is my 1851 Colt Navy replica. This is a black powder cap and ball revolver that I bought in 2019. You guys can see it there. I like to try to keep it clean. Black powder sure is dirty though. So let's get straight into it. Now, how to get these apart. You've got to have the right size screwdrivers for every screw, every size of screw. Every size of screw that there is. So if you don't, you're gonna bugger them up. So first, the wedge comes out. I like to take my thumb and push down. See if I can get you guys in real close here. Push down on this little bitty tab. And push out. Push down on the tab and out on the wedge. And you can usually get it with your thumb. Pow. Just like that. Push down and out. Down and through. And it'll just pop out. This screw is supposed to be for tension in this wedge. Once you got the wedge out, the barrel slide right off. The barrel slide right off of that sucker. Your cylinder has a locking cam. Pull it back half cock, the cylinder will come straight off. Yeah, I should have cleaned it a little sooner. A little bit of rust going along there. It's alright though, I'm getting cleaned up. And from there, you got 3 pieces, 4 pieces really. You got your barrel, your wedge, your cylinder, and your trigger assembly. All my little tools over here in one box, kind of sort of organized. And I like to get plastic bags under here so you don't get oil on the floor. And I've just got a leather, looks like part of an apron. Just a piece of leather. Pulling out items, we got patches, gun cleaning kits. Let's see here. This is my black powder one, I'm pretty sure. Yep, every tool I need for black powder, so. And ordinarily, I wouldn't do this. I would put them in the toolbox and know where they are. And I could. But right now, the toolbox is in shambles. The whole garage is in shambles. I'm still working on it. And this is a completely different department. I do like to keep all the tools for this in one box. I like to keep some tallow, mink oil, which is also tallow. And in this old bottle, this old Franklin oil, I've put just about every kind of gun oil and penetrants and motor oils and everything. Is a mixture of everything in here. In here I've got a gun bluing kit, some Crisco, because it is good. You can wipe it down with that, it's fine, doesn't matter. You can use Crisco, tallow, or mink oil, it doesn't matter, either one of them. You can also use 3-in-1s and sewing machine oil. Got my nipple wrench. This is a homemade nipple wrench out of a 4.5mm. I took a file and filed it, because them nipple wrenches at the store, man, they ain't no good. They just ain't no good. And if you can see, I have shaved it down. I took this and put it in through the chuck of a drill press. I took a piece of sandpaper, and I just sat there and hold it until it filed this 4.5mm socket down small enough that it will fit these ears. These ears right here will fit into these grooves. Just like that. And now I've got a hardened steel nipple wrench. And I just use this to break them loose. Go around all 6 of them. And take the thingy off. Extension. Come in here. It's the only reason I have an extension. So I can get a grip and just turn them out. Twist all your nipples. Every nipple you see, give her a twist. Now, him disassembled the cylinder. Stick them where we can see them, nice and neat and pretty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice and neat and pretty, kind of. Put the wedge there. Let's see. Yep. Let's start taking the barrel apart. Put my glove on, because this does get dirty. That black powder, boy. There's something else. My tools. See what fits where. Yep, this one fits this. It's got to fit nice and snug now. It's got to. They're all slotted screws. Flatheads. This flathead has got to be just about wedged in there. It's got to touch the bottom of the slot. It has got to touch the bottom of the slot, the very bottom. And it's got to be at least 3/4 of the width of the screw. That's at least 2/3. 2/3 the width of the screw to 3/4. Or these screws will strip. They will booger up, I'm telling you. They are not something you want to have the wrong screwdriver for. Seriously, they're not something you want to have the wrong screwdriver for. They're pretty easy to remember where they go. Small one goes here. You'd be amazed at all the black powder that comes out of this. Keep organizing. Do. Alright. Lay the tools out. Down the inches. Keep them organized. They have to go faster. Keep you more sane. Yeah, I used to have a real bad habit. I still do. Laying things out. Just laying it out everywhere, man. Tool belongs with that tool. This is a tool. Let's pick it up. Oh, let's see. Okay, now, select a tool. Screwdriver out. Stick him in the wedge. Give him a good push. A good push. Make sure that booger does not slide out of there, because they will. Put him in there, just so. Put him in there, just so. Now, we ain't losing no screw placements. This one. Yep. Let's see. Yeah, that's the right screw. That's the one I boogered up. See it? See, it's all messed up there. They will slide out on you. And it's not a good feeling when that happens. You're like, oh, I don't know where to get another screw. I'm sure they make them, but... Yep, there it comes. Give her a good, strong push. Make sure that booger seats. This is a 3/16 Ford USA Craftsman. I don't even know what that number means. Anyways, of course this would be American. You got trouble remembering? When it's fractions, that's the American standard. The all-American standard is... I'd rather be metric, man. It was 1, 2, 3, 4. But anyways, now, got the barrel part. Start working on the trigger assembly. A-do-do-do-do. It's pretty easy. 3 parts. Got the cylinder, the barrel, and the wedge. And then you got the trigger assembly. Next, this one, these 2 screws, and this screw right here. For this, I have one of those multi-kits. Hey, it works, man. Want to see a good mechanic? Go check his ratchet. If it's left in the tightening position, you know he put it back together. If it's left in the loosening position, he didn't finish up the job he was doing. Give her a good firm push. And these 3 screws right here, I like to take these and loosen them first. Just get them loose, because this is under the tension of this spring right here, the hammer spring. Okay, give a little screwdriver. And this is just for turning, definitely not for breaking it loose. And you want to undo them evenly, because if you don't, it'll booger the threads up. Not the screw threads, the hole threads, which would not be a good thing, because of the tension of the spring pushing back on this. Pop them suckers out, come on out there. Pop them suckers out, come on out there. Pop them suckers out, come on out there. Okay. Short one goes in the bottom, and 2 long ones go up top. There it is. It just rolls right off. Yep. Yep. See that gap? I'll show you what I was talking about here. This gap right here. This gap right here. Here's a gap here. This whole thing is being pushed out. The whole thing's being pushed out by the spring right here. When that is put on and screwed down, this spring is compressed just ever so slightly. So yes, if you take and undo only one of them screws, and then only one of the other ones, and then the last one, it's going to be tilted. It'll be tilted. So it'll booger it up actually undoing it. And this is just brass. You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that. That's your trigger guard, man. You don't want that. Alright. From there, everything works as it should still. This little roller bearing, mine doesn't roll, honestly. It's just there to, I'm guessing, relieve friction. But mine doesn't actually roll. Anyway, this hammer spring, just push it down. See that gap? Push it down and over. But first, you got to loosen it just a hair. It's got to be loose enough to turn. Again, give her a good firm push. Yep, and then just loosen it up. Same thing with this. All that tension is on this. See that gap? See this gap? This gap right here? That gap was closed until I turned that spring. If you continue to screw this out while this spring has tension on it up under this hammer, it's going to flex this way. This trigger spring, this hammer spring, is going to flex this way and cant this screw out this way while it's turning. And it will booger up the very first few threads of these holes if you are not careful. So first, just break it loose. That's all you got to do. Just break this screw loose, push this down, and out to the side. See? That's all you break it loose for. Just to break it loose so it wiggle wobbles. So that way you can push it down. It's going to, installation's exact opposite. Goes right back in. Down and out. And then off he comes. Down, out, and off he comes. Stick him back in his hole till we get back to him. Put him back in his hole so we don't forget the placements. These 2 back in their holes so we don't forget their placements. Going in there. Yep, if you're wondering why I wear the gloves, it's these oils. I wear these absorbent gloves to absorb the oil. So that way anywhere I touch, it's getting oiled. See? These are covered in oil. Anywhere I touch, it's already getting oiled. Yep, making a mess again. Even though I'm going to pull them right back out. Put them right back up. Right. What you doing surgery, man? If you walk into a surgeon's room, while he's operating, and he was sitting there looking around for his tool, so where did it go? I don't know if I'd have him operate on me, man. He might be a good surgeon. He might lose a tool inside of me. Damn. Yep, not sure I'd do that surgeon. Where's the tools? Where'd it go? Where'd I put it? You know you done it before. Come on over to my channel. Watch me organize something. It's set up like a 90s TV show. Don't you remember that? 90s TV shows with the theme song and everything. Let's see here. Big screwdriver. Now, this is spots right on off. Put them screws back in. Let's see here. Yep, these are two different sizes here. The small ones and big ones here. Let me get this off. Now, the little one goes up front. The big one's going in the back. Get in there. All right, now. Next screw. Trigger spring. In there, in there, in there. And this will come off here. Just like that. You can clean it, polish it, do what you want. I like it dirty. Not actually dirty, I ain't gonna wash it. I like it. Beans up. I think it looks nice. Either way, it looks nice. Alright. This screw right here. Yep. You want to turn it inwards and count rotations. Take note of where it's marked. I got mine marked up with this little notch in the middle. It ain't much, but it is there. See a little, yep, it's like screwdriver shaped head. Almost the shape of the head of the screwdriver right now. It's wedged into it. Yep. So I'm gonna turn it in and figure out how many turns inwards that I want to come back when I put this back in. So just barely turned out. That's where I got my spring tension set to. If you turn this loose, you won't have much. It'll be like a hair trigger. This spring has two functions. Its first function is to give the trigger some resistance. This spring is just a big horseshoe. See the horseshoe shape? And then with a screw on the end that holds it down. It's under tension. It's caught here, and the spring is being pushed down by the screw. There's a little wedge right here, a little notch, covered in grease. This little notch. The spring is being pushed down, and that tooth of the horseshoe is pushing down on. There is a notch on this trigger. See if I can stabilize for a minute so you guys can see this. See that little bit of movement there? That's its first function. Its second function is to be pushing down on this pawl. The other side of the spring contacts this and pushes down. This cam. Okay, let's get the rest of this part and show you how it works. First thing to come off is the trigger spring. Take the trigger spring off. Now free everything up. Then you can take the trigger out. Break them loose. Nothing's gonna fly out at you. This is all real simple. Yeah. Okay. You can't get these mixed up. They're all the same. This one obviously is the large one. Know where they go. And this little one goes with the spring. Put him in there. Alright. And your trigger will come out. Damn organized. Trigger comes out. This paw right here comes out. A little cam lock. And this hammer comes up and out. Oh, yeah. And be careful with that. Oh man, I hate this thing. This is crazy. Why do they make them like this? That is insane. Now I can have it just slide out of there. This goes like this on here. And this is a spring that rides against the backside of the inside of this channel right here. It rides along the inside of it. I don't know if you can see that light there. Just shining through here. There's the end of the screwdriver. That's where that goes. This spring rides on the back. It pushes this notch right here forwards. Oh. 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 Don't grab him. Don't grab him. Don't with him. Don't with him. Alright, go. It slides right in there. That spring slides right in there. Right in that crack. Just like that. Yep. Just like that. Slides down in there. You see him coming up. Just like that. See? And all that spring does is ride along the back side of the wall to push that forwards, to keep it engaged forwards. So that way, these little notches, see how that works? It engages. You can see how that works. Only with with the barrel on. This will hold it back. And that spring on that pawl will push that back against the wall. It will push this up forward so it makes sure it engages. That's all that's there for. It's just held in there by the walls of the frame here. It just comes on out of there. Come on out of there. Now, I've got that explained. Let's see if I can get the trigger assembly explained in a way that's easy to understand here. Let's see here. Him back. This slides down in here. That's all that is. It's just that little nub pokes right in there. So here's the trigger. Sits just like this in the gun, just like this. It'll sit there and rest. And when you pull this trigger, a little wedge shape through the tip of it there. Right here.
Cleans out.
Giving them a bath.
Yeah.
Okay. And this sits right here. When you pull this trigger, it slips. It slips off of there. And lets the hammer rotate forwards. When you pull the hammer back, it goes click. That's half cock. Click. Here's full cock. Pull the trigger, it slips. And rotates forwards. This spring sits, pushes and holds these in. Sits right there, just like that. And this spring is what's holding the trigger forwards. I hope I explained that well enough. Anyways, that's pretty much it for disassembly. So trying to keep our parts organized here. We've got the cylinder lock. How does this engage here? Cylinder lock. This goes in. Right. So if I'm not mistaken, this gets pushed up by, yeah, the trigger spring. It's just held in place by the trigger spring. And it actually gets pushed down by the hammer, if I'm not mistaken. When this hammer rotates, yep, see? It's going to pull that down so that way the cylinder can rotate and it won't be locked. So there's like 3 different little jobs going on here when you pull that hammer back. Yeah, it's a little bit of a marvel. It's so simple, but complex at the same time. Anyways. So we got the trigger assembly disassembled. Alright, then we can start cleaning them up here. Hammer. Rotator. Yep, you want to be careful with this. Make sure that spring doesn't come out. I don't know how in the world you get it back in there. Trigger. Cylinder lock. And trigger spring. Let's see. Trigger spring screw. These other 3. One goes here. One goes here. And one goes here. Alright. 2 little ones are the same size. The big one is different. Okay, disassembled. Okay, let's see what we got in here for cleaning supplies. Yep, I'm gonna need this one. I'm gonna need this one. I'm gonna need probably some of these picks. Let me just set this out here. Okay. Get my picks out. Pick your brain. Cleaning supplies. Keep them organized. Screwdriver, this tool. Yeah, clean pick to me. That's what I got it here for. There's a nipple wrench. Them suckers broke off like butter. Man, that's messed up. Broke clean on off. Nipple pick works though. It'll work alright. So that's something. Yep, don't need my nipple pick. Gotta pick your nipples after you twist them. Let's see here. I think this is a welding tip or something. I don't know. It's gonna be a brass weight drop through. Yeah. Get there. I'm gonna drop that through the barrel one of these days. Okay. Plastic. Little bits and stuff. Okay. Now, next up is the cleaning. Patches. How many? I got no more patches? Oh, a whole box of them. Alright. Let's see what we got here. There's a dirty wiping rag, clean wiping rag, another clean wiping rag, a few more oil gloves, and another clean wiping rag. Yep. Okay. Dirty wiping rag. Wipe them off. Start by wiping them off. Wipe them off real good. Get all the surface mess off of them best you can. Just wipe them off real good. Best you can anyway. We'll come back to them. This won't actually get washed. It'll just get oiled. But I am going to reach screwdriver in there with this and wipe it clean. And then we just wipe them off. Hamstring, wipe them off. Yep. Nasty. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty fortunate about this too. I heard you can get a wire edge on the sucker. When that sucker starts to split, you can go pull it back again and snap it. That's all I hear. See the carbon? All that black powder? It's nasty. You got to come off. Gotta come off there, man. I tried opposite cleaner for jewelry anyway. It ain't too good, but you know. And it does get everywhere. It's just nasty, man. Nasty stuff. Wipe it clean. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to take screws out. I'm like pinhead. And bring it on inside. So I got 4 lasers the same. And 4 going back. Right in there. Line up, man. All the way down in there and this. Nasty. Nasty, nasty. Trying to get everything ready. It's pain, but let me done. Let me see here. Get some lighter. Wipe them in there. Shoot, that's nasty. Much grease in there. Bring around. I'll go back those. Not sure if he'll ever see this, but Blackie Thomas. Yep. That man's got some cool videos on these things. You go check him out. Yep. Blackie Thomas. He's pretty cool, man. Okay. All I got to do is go straight through. One there, one on the other side. Okay. That's pretty well wiped off me. Let's see. It's hard to get right on back here, man. I guess something's definitely in there. Probably a pipe cleaner would be helpful, but you got one. Mm-hmm. Nice and grody. Alright, let's see here. Looking back. There's the frame completed. Alright, wipe the cylinder off. Try to get in these little teeth here. They're sharp, so come pull a bit. And cloth you got. It's pretty much a pain. But they work, man, so. Do what we gotta do. Clean it out. Clean it all the way out. Alright. Up front, we're good. Wiped off. Where's that? A little bit of surface rust. A little bit of flash rust. Okay, maybe going. Hand fast. Watch the other off. I always forget which way this goes in. Because if you get it too tight, it won't go in right. You got pound trouble. Another way, just won't go off. Him didn't wipe off. Screw out there and he didn't wipe off. Wipe him off. For this pin that holds the loading lever up, this spring-loaded clip they got here, mine fell out. I'm glad I found this clip right here, but I didn't find the pin, and so I just used a paper clip. Stuck him in there. It works just fine. Get you a pair of pliers, twist him up real good and tight, or it'll never fit right, cause you ain't got much room. Sometimes this one don't want to fit right, but it does. Yeah. See that?
Under flickering lights, the engines roar. Dreams are built right here on the floor. Oil-stained hands, a timeless mirage. Life revs up a redskin garage.